I'm Sarah and I'm a roller skater. I'm one of the lockdown skaters, so I just saw on Instagram a bunch of people skating and just thought, you know what, that looks really cool, like I want to be cool, and got some second-hand skates from like Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, loved it, luckily. I mean, I used to skateboard a little when I was a teenager. I wasn't very good, but so I was kind of familiar with skate parks. It was a kind of a place I felt comfortable in already. But I saw all the different designs of skates and like how customizable they are, and I just wanted in. Like, I wanted skates that match my hair and silly things like that. I think with a lot of roller skaters as well, like we're all really proud of what our skates look like and the fact that we can mix and match. And if I change my hair, I could have matching laces and matching toe stop, and I think that's really cool. Like it's kind of an extension of me and my personality, I guess. One of them is like the social anxiety side of it, especially when you don't necessarily have a lot of friends in the skate park or whatever. Like the first time you come here, it is really, really hard to just walk into a place that is full of usually men, and be the only woman here. So there's definitely that hurdle you need to get over, but also just general confidence. I've always done sort of sports and stuff, but I've never really taken them very far because I've never had the confidence to push myself out of my comfort zone. And doing this, like, you have to, like, there is no option. You have to push yourself. You have to put yourself in positions where you're scared, like it is scary. And yeah, overcoming that was definitely the biggest thing. Yeah, I mean, it definitely can be intimidating, especially as a roller skater, because usually I'm the only woman and I'm the only roller skater. So you do get looks, you do get people asking what might be innocent questions, but are sometimes sort of loaded questions about why you're here and why you belong when you're not on a skateboard. So yeah, it can be really intimidating, but saying that, there is like a really fantastic group of local skaters here, and they've always been really welcoming to me. They keep an eye out for me. If I fall over, they give me a hand, so yeah, I feel like I have been really lucky. Yes, social anxiety generally I do struggle with, and I would say roller skating is the first thing ever where I've done something on my own and actually just made the effort to go up to people, introduce myself and just have a chat. I tried to start like a little Bromley roller skating group, but there's only like 4 of us, so it didn't go very well. The problem I have is that a lot of people don't want to come down this far south, but yeah, there's a few of us in Bromley, but yeah, usually I have to go into central London or like Bay 66, that sort of thing, if I want to skate with friends. I do find that if I go to somewhere new, generally men are, they'll cut in front of you, they'll tell you that it was their go, even though it clearly wasn't. Just little things, little microaggressions where you definitely feel that they're trying to exert some sort of power over you. But on the whole, I would say it's pretty good. It's generally a welcoming community. It's more often than not actually just sort of people that hang around at the skate park, not actual skaters, that are the issue. Random teenagers, stuff like that, that's usually the problem. I think a lot of it isn't necessarily down to the community, it's about the actual skate parks that we have access to. It's about maintaining them and keeping them clean. Obviously this park is not the cleanest, and that is other skaters that have left their stuff and make it difficult to then actually use the park. But I think, one of the biggest barriers is just the actual skate park being maintained by the council or whatever it is. Yeah, it's when I'm sat at home, I'm packing my bag and I have to force myself to get out the door. And the second I'm here, I'm fine. I feel I feel at home, I put the skates on, and yeah, everything else goes away. I just relax, yeah. I mean, it sounds so dismissive, but like, you just have to do it. Like, the more you think about it, the more excuses you will find, the more reasons to talk yourself out of it. But for me, I think about how I'm going to feel once I'm here. I kind of visualise it. I picture myself skating, and I think, well, yeah, I want to be doing that. And I also think about how annoyed I will be if I don't go. That kind of guilt. But yeah, it's one of those things that there really is no other way. You just have to take that first step. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think it was the right time. I was going through a lot of change in my life, just sort of personal stuff, and it really gave me kind of confidence and just somewhere else to be, you know, something to do when I was struggling. But yeah, I mean, I think in general, just the principle of going out and doing something that you want to do and not being afraid, that I would 100% tell my younger self that, yeah, like, stop making excuses, stop putting it off, because your life will be infinitely better if you just do the thing. Yes, I have. I broke my arm just over a year ago, actually. Just a really stupid, really easy trick, something I've done a million times. And I just fell over backwards, put my arm out, and my arm locked, and I took my entire weight on one arm and fractured my arm there. And stupidly, I carried on skating. I did the classic thing. I was like, oh yeah, it hurts, I'm sure it's fine. And I carried on skating, which probably made it worse in hindsight. But yeah, I took about 6 weeks out, I think it was. Just to let it heal, and then very, very gradually got back into just, you know, cruising around. But obviously, you know, my arm is fine, but the mental healing was so much worse. Not so much. I definitely feel like I've kind of overcome that to a point. But occasionally, yeah, I'll be on sort of a bigger ramp or about to do something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and my brain just goes, oh, what if you broke your arm again? But you have to put that to the side, because otherwise you're not going to do anything. So I think skating is important, because, I mean, there's, you know, yes, it's physically good for you. You know, I wasn't, especially during lockdown, I wasn't really doing much exercise. I was barely leaving the house. And it's definitely been a way for me to kind of, get out, get fit again. I've met so many new people, and it's just, the confidence it has given me to do something new, and just the confidence in myself to know that I can face something that is scary. Like, it is scary standing at the top of a ramp knowing you're about to drop in with wheels attached to your feet. And I overcome that, and I didn't think that was something I'd ever be able to do. I felt like my fear, you know, was in control of me, but actually I'm in control of my... Interesting. I mean, the thing with roller skating is that it's only kind of quite recently picked up popularity, so there isn't quite the same, like, historical sort of skaters as, you know, skateboarders, for instance. To be honest, I think I would just invite a bunch of my friends, a few of the people that I skate with at, there's a class called Bats on Wheels that the lovely Naomi started, and I met so many people through that, and yeah, just a bunch of them, and just have some fun, cheer each other on, and yeah. Just trying to stay upright, really. At this point, I'm trying to enjoy the journey rather than necessarily be like, I have to do this by a certain time, or, you know, ticking things off. I'm just just enjoying it and hoping that I can, especially over summer now that it's warming up, get to different skate parks, meet new people, and just carry on enjoying it in that sense.